flutes, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at your flute first notes page. It's in your packet on page 10, and I want to show you at the beginning of every line you have a chart, a fingering chart that shows you how to finger each note. So the first note that we are going to look at is C, and so this is the diagram of your flute. This part, this very beginning part, like above where it says C, the notes on the little circles on the top are the keys that are here on your instrument. And you have a line right here in the middle that divides your flute in half. So this point right here is where it divides. So you have the upper half and you have the lower half of the instrument. The keys are going to be played with your left hand or on the upper half, and the keys are going to be played on your right hand or on the half that's here. So your instrument in this picture, this diagram, is sitting this way, and your mouth would be in this position here. So you're looking basically at your instrument, and you have some keys down here on the bottom, which are the diagram of what your thumb is going to be doing on the back of the instrument. So the first note we're going to play today is C, and it is fingered with the first finger down. So you've already learned how to place your fingers on the instrument. So C is 1, and then it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but the pinky is also in darkened here. That means that we're going to push those two down. And then down here it says 1 and P. That means you're going to push down the first finger and the pinky on your right hand at the same time. So the fingering for C is 1 pinky. Now this is hard to do when you're just trying to finger because you don't have anything to grasp with. You don't have any thumbs on the back, really. You don't have both thumbs to help you grab the instrument. So if you will place the head joint on your shoulder as you are positioning your fingers, it will help you. So we're going to use first finger. You can see that. So first finger here, and then pinky. This pinky here on the back side. So this is C. So if you'll go ahead and set your fingers for C, and then just hold that position while I talk to you a little bit more about this line. So as we're looking here, we're in 4/4 time, and we're going to play C as a big fat whole note. So 4 counts, and we'll be tapping our foot as we do this with a metronome. And when we get to count 1 of measure 2, that's when we're going to stop blowing the air. And we're not going to do anything moving our face. We're just going to stop blowing air. So go ahead and finger the C for me, and we're going to note name this. I'll set the metronome. All right, finger and note name. Ready, set, and go. C. Rest, rest, breathe. C. Rest, rest, breathe. C. Did you remember to tap your foot? I hope so. Now, as we're playing this note in just a moment, make sure that your pinky on your left hand is touching metal. It needs to be touching this key right here. A lot of times with beginning band students, flute students, they tend to take these fingers here and put them down underneath the flute. This is not where your fingers go. They will always be on top so that they're handy and ready to use those keys when we're ready. All right, so here we go. C, 1 pinky. Come up to playing position. And tap, tap, breathe. All right, so go back and do that line as many times as you need to until you feel comfortable with the fingering 1 pinky for C. The second note on this first notes page here at line number 2 is your B flat. Notice that it is on the B line and there's this symbol in front of it that looks like a half of a heart with a stem on it. This is the flat sign. So in music we write flat B, but when we say it, it's named is B flat. The flat is in front of the note so that we know ahead of time that we need to change that note from a regular B to a lowered B, a flat B. So here is the fingering for B flat. It is going to be this this first finger here, which this fingering chart calls for your thumb, calls DT. The DT is the double thumb, and the double thumb on the back of your instrument, the side that's closest to your nose. So you have this key here, the long thumb here, and then the smaller one that may, on some of your flutes, it may look like more like a button. On this one, it looks like a kind of a lever that goes down. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer so you can see. But we're going to be pushing this side of the key, the double thumb. So when I push this one, it not only pushes down this key, but also this one at the same time. So when I push this one, it only pushes this side, but when I push the double, it pushes both sides at the same time. That's the way your flute is designed. Okay, so I'm going to push the double thumb, first finger like we did with the C, and the pinky. So that part's going to stay the same. So C is one pinky. The B flat, we're just going to add the double thumb on the back. So here is B flat. Make sure pinkies are touching metal. And check, make sure that your thumb here is rolled backward so it's not sticking up on the other side. So we can do that by moving our elbow back. B flat. Tap, tap. Remember to tap your foot the whole time. Now, it will be helpful to you as you're studying these at home to do what we call I play, you play. So if you listen to me play that note, and then while the rest is going on, while I am resting, then you play the note, and then I will play the note, and then you will play the note, and then I will play the note. So you can do it both ways. You can play along with me, but first of all, do the I play, you play. So you're listening first and then attempting with me. The third note on this page, line number 3, is your A. There he is right there, second space A. And the fingering for the A is the double thumb, DT, first and second fingers, and we're going to keep the pinky down. So you will remember we had C, which was one pinky. Then the B flat, we added the double thumb. And now we're going down a little bit further. This time we're going to keep all of that we had for the B flat plus our second finger. And remember, when you go to add the second finger, we are skipping this key right here. So you should never have any fingers on the little tiny key at the top, and you should never have any fingers on this one right here. Sometimes I put a little sticker on there to remind me not to push that one. Or you might want to put a little dot with a marker that will eventually erase off. So like a water, just a water soluble marker. You can mark it. Don't put your thumb there. Don't put your finger there. All right, so we got double thumb, 1, 2, and the rest of this is just going to hover, touching metal. And then I've got my pinky on the bottom. Here's A. Sit tall and tap 2. Tap your foot. line number 4 is your G. So this is second line G, the low G. And we are now going to be using the same keys that we did for A, plus adding our third finger. So it is double thumb, 1, 2, 3, and the pinky. Double thumb, 1, 2, 3. Make sure this pinky's touching metal. And then the bottom pinky. Here's G. Now you may have noticed that I paused at the end of that line. So when we're playing music, when we get to the end of a line of music, we don't want to immediately put our instrument down. That can cause issues with chopping off the end of the note. Excuse me. And also, if you have an audience that's watching you, it can be very distracting if you put your instrument down very quickly like that. So we always wait a little bit of time before we put our instrument down. It's just polite musicianship. The last note on this page is your F. This is first bass F, and it is thumb, double thumb, 1, 2, 3, and 4, plus the pinky on the bottom. So double, 1, 2, 3. This pinky touches right here, but doesn't push. And then pinky with your right hand. Go ahead and set that. Here we go. Tap, 2, and how'd you do? I love what it says right here at the top of line number 5. It says to breathe low and deep during each rest. So as you are practicing this line over and over again on your own, be sure to take low, deep breaths during each of the rests so that you are fully prepared to begin the note on time. Go back, rewind the video, do this as many times as you need every day until you are comfortable with playing your first 5 notes. And then we will go on to play the next lines in this page. Thanks for checking in with us today.